some expenses coming up and want to save money for meeting them? Of course, you can hide away some notes in a cookie jar, but that would work only for small requirements. Is there a simple, low risk way to calculate the monthly savings to be made? EasyPlans1 does exactly that using the deposit schemes available in banks. Hi, I am Rakesh and I will be presenting three different saving strategies using the model developed by me. Please do subscribe to my channel Excellent Models if you would like to be notified of the models I will be putting up in the future. And do stay with me till the end of the video when I will be comparing all three strategies and will also share a tip to help you save if you find it difficult to do so. You will be getting a lot of advice from financial advisors, but the trouble with that is that they are a bit complicated to understand. You will get advice like invest in a systemic investment plan for 5 years, then shift to a mid-cap scheme with 60% debt and 40% equity, etc. etc. Not many people understand what this is all about. Also, the maturity amounts of these schemes will be uncertain because there is a risk factor involved in that. The maturity amount will depend on how the market moves. You may get more than what you want or you may get less than what you want. Further, there are certain administrative charges which are levied on these schemes for management of the corpus. The amount that you will be getting, the advice will not tell you whether these charges have been netted from them or not, or whether the capital gains tax has been netted from the target amount. EasyPlans1 will take care of these difficulties. These are savings plans based on bank deposit schemes, so they are simple to understand. My model is simple for people with low risk appetite. It is dependent on fixed deposits and recurring deposits. What are fixed deposits? That is a lump sum which you deposit with the bank and it will mature after a predetermined period at a fixed interest rate. But if you do not have a lump sum amount available readily right now, then you can opt for a recurring deposit scheme where a fixed sum is deposited every month for a fixed period, which is generally in multiples of 3 months and goes up to 10 years. My model will ensure that the target amount that you wish to have is net of tax which is to be paid on the interest earned. But before I introduce the model, let us first verify that it calculates correctly. So here I am in my bank's website. I have indicated that I wish to open a fixed deposit for 1,50,000 rupees for a period of 5 years. The bank's calculator is indicating that it will pay an interest rate of 5.85% and the maturity amount of the fixed deposit will be 2,541 rupees. It says so very clearly that this is excluding the tax which will be deducted at source. The total interest earned will be 50,541 rupees. Let us check the calculations of the model. I have entered here the fixed deposit amount of 1,50,000. The FD interest rate is 5.85%. Duration is 5 years. Click the button and let's see how the model calculates. Here it is. The FD maturity amount is 2,541 rupees. Interest earned is 50,541. Tax on interest would be 16,426 and the net amount that you will get is 1,84,115. This figure is exactly as calculated by the bank's website. If we look at the tax payment, this will be the interest earned multiplied by the tax rate and the figure is the same. Back on the bank's website. Now let us try and see how the calculation works out for a recurring deposit. I am indicating here that I shall be opening a recurring deposit of 20,000 rupees for a period of 1 year. The bank's calculator is indicating that the maturity amount would be 2,47,105. Interest earned is 7,105 rupees. Interest rate is 5.4% for a period of 1 year. Let us go back to the model and see whether it is calculating correctly. I have entered the duration of the recurring deposit as 1 year, the recurring deposit amount of 20,000 per month. I click the button and I get the calculations here. So the recurring deposit maturity amount will be 2,47,105 rupees. Interest earned would be 7,105 rupees. Tax would be 2,309, and the maturity amount net of tax will be full maturity amount minus the tax that we have paid on it, that is 244,796. The maturity amount of the recurring deposit is exactly as has been calculated by the bank's website. Now that we have confirmed the model's calculations, let us get on and discuss the various strategies that are available to meet our financial targets. So here we have 4 requirements. The first requirement is for a vacation which we plan to have after 5 years, and we have budgeted an amount of 12 lakh rupees for it. The second requirement is for the child's education, and we need it after 2 years, and an amount is 1 lakh rupees. We also need to plan to have an amount of 39 lakh rupees after 10 years for making a house down payment. And after 1 year, we are expecting a wedding to take place in which we propose to give a gift of 1.75 lakhs. So the first method requires a fixed deposit to be opened to meet these targets. What should be the amount of the fixed deposit so that we get our target amount net of tax? Click here and here are the results. For the first corpus, we need an FD of 9,85,950. The total interest that will be earned will be 3,32,204. We shall be paying a tax on the interest earned of 1,07,965 rupees, and the FD amount maturity net of tax will be 12,10,189, close to what we need. So on for all the 4 corpus. Now let us look at another method for reaching our financial targets. Method number 2 requires a recurring deposit to be opened for the entire duration of years. In other words, we want to know how much we should save per month in a recurring deposit so that we get 12 lakh rupees at the end of 5 years, and so on. We are using the same parameters here as we have done for method 1 so that we can compare all these methods. We click the button and here are the results. The suggested amount is 18,070 rupees for the first corpus. This will give me a maturity amount of 12,61,073. The amount saved net of tax will be 12,03,589, close to what we need, and so on for all the other requirements. We have already confirmed that the recurring deposit maturity amounts as calculated by the model are accurate. Let us check a few other calculations as well. Okay, the interest earned is 6,068, and the tax that will be paid on that will be 1,972 rupees, which is correct. And the net amount we will get after tax will be total maturity amount minus the tax amount, which is 1,72,000 rupees, exactly as has been calculated by the model. Let us now look at another method for reaching our financial target. This one is a bit more complex. It is based on creating a recurring deposit for 1 year, then converting the net maturity amount into a fixed deposit for 1 year. In the next cycle, the maturity amount of fixed deposit net of tax will be increased by the maturity proceeds of the recurring deposit, and a new 1-year FD will be created. This cycle will continue. Let us understand by looking at the model closely. I click the button here and here are the results. According to this, the suggested savings per month are 18,070 rupees. This will result in a recurring deposit of 2,23,711 maturing, which is a gross amount. The RD maturity amount net of tax is 2,21,478. This will be renewed every year. In the first year, we shall make a fixed deposit of the maturity amount, which is the net of tax. So 2,21,478, a fixed deposit will be made at the end of the first year. This would generate a net interest of FD for 8,876 rupees. In the second cycle, the recurring deposit will mature again with 2,21,478. The fixed deposit amount that we had made in the first year would also mature along with an interest of 8,876. Therefore, we shall make a new fixed deposit here at the end of the second year, which will be the total of 2,21,478 plus the maturing FD amount. Let us see. So, this is the amount that will be maturing of the recurring deposit at the end of the second year, plus this FD which we had made in the first year would also mature along with the interest that is accrued. So 4,51,832 rupees would be the new FD. This will earn an interest of 18,108 at the end of the second year, and so on. This cycle will continue. As you can see, the amount saved net of tax would be very close to what we want. Corpus 4 is only for 1 year. Therefore, you will need to make only one recurring deposit, which will give you 1,75,025 net of tax. Why do you need such a method? Well, it has more flexibility in the sense that you can stop and start again after any year if due to some emergency you are not in a position to make the recurring deposits for some time, and then resume again. If you do so in method 2, bank will levy a penalty for premature closure of the scheme. Let us now compare the three saving methods. As you can see, methods 2 and 3, which are based on recurring deposits, will always have the same investment amount. However, method 2 will give you a higher net maturity amount. This is because it has been created for a longer duration. So when should you use method 2? If you are sure that you would be able to deposit the required amount every month for the entire duration, you can opt for this method. Also, if you feel that interest rates will go down in future, you may like to lock in at the present rate of interest for your entire duration. I had told you that at the end of the video, I will be sharing a tip for helping you to save. Recurring deposit helps to develop saving discipline. Create an auto debit in your savings account for the recurring deposit. This way, a fixed sum will move into your savings each month, and gradually you will learn the saving habit. As easy as that. Can you use this model to invest in a SIP scheme, which is Systemic Investment Plan scheme? Well, you can do so, but with a little bit of tweaking. We shall see that also. EasyPlans2 will be coming soon, which will help in retirement planning. So look out for that. With a bit of tweaking, we can use method 2 to work out how much to save in a systemic investment plan. Assume that the scheme is offering an annual return of 12%, which we'll put in the interest rate figure, and the administrative charges and the capital gains tax together work out to say 11%. We wish to get these target amounts in the given number of years. Click the button and it tells you that you need to invest 15,120 rupees in this scheme for Corpus 1 so that you will get 12,06,210 after 5 years. If you would like to have a free sample file of EasyPlans1, drop me a message at finpundit@gmail.com. This is Rakesh signing off. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Goodbye.